Have you ever imagined what the world would be like when a maritime leviathan, capable of carrying dozens of helicopters, deploying landing tanks from its belly, and rivaling the tonnage of a medium-sized aircraft carrier, ceases to be a closely guarded national treasure of major naval powers, and instead becomes a commodity displayed on exhibition stands for anyone to choose? This is no fantasy. At the 2026 Saudi Arabian Defense Exhibition in Riyadh, China's military industry simply placed a model of the export version of the Type 075E amphibious assault ship on display, instantly becoming the focal point of the entire venue. This move was tantamount to declaring to the world, the top-tier amphibious combat platform that you once desperately sought, but couldn't obtain, China can now sell, fairly priced, and with quick delivery. This is not merely an arms deal, but more like a decisive move in the grand chessboard of global defense trade, a move heavy enough to upend the rules. We need to take a closer look at the 075E, which has left countless military experts speechless. Its most striking feature is its sheer size. With a full load displacement nearing 40,000 tons and a long, wide deck resembling a small airport, this design is all about stereoscopic delivery. The broad straight deck is densely marked with multiple helicopter landing zones, capable of handling a large number of helicopters simultaneously. Based on publicly available information, it can reportedly carry at least 15 to 20 helicopters of various types, transport helicopters like the Airbus for troop and cargo delivery, armed helicopters like the air gunboat for beach clearing, and anti-submarine helicopters for monitoring underwater activities. This entire aerial combo is enough to firmly control a considerable stretch of sea and coastline. The more impressive part lies at the stern. When the massive dock bay door is open, it can directly swallow several large air cushion landing craft. So where does this craft excel? Instead of floating and swimming in the water, it hovers just above the surface using an air cushion, achieving extreme speed. This allows it to bypass most beaches and obstacles, swiftly transporting heavy equipment like main battle tanks and infantry fighting vehicles from dozens of kilometers offshore directly onto enemy shores. This is exponentially faster than traditional landing methods and boasts far greater surprise factor. The interior of the hull is equally remarkable, with layered vehicle decks capable of holding dozens of armored vehicles and tanks, forming a complete heavy assault force. Combined with its own close and weapon system missiles, rapid-fire guns, and electronic warfare systems, it seamlessly integrates offense and defense, transforming into a mobile offshore fortress capable of long-range operations. In the past, what was the state of the market for this level of equipment? It was essentially a situation of price but no market. Only a handful of countries had the capability to produce such gear, and even then, they mostly reserved it for their own navies as prized assets. Occasionally, like when France sold the Mistral-class ships, the prices were exorbitant, accompanied by a host of political conditions, and a process that was exhausting. The emergence of the 075E has completely shattered this monopoly. Its core competitiveness is simple and straightforward: exceptionally high cost performance. Western countries would easily spend over $1.5 billion to build a similar vessel. Meanwhile, the estimated price of the 075E likely falls within the range of $500 million to $700 million, with performance on par or even superior in some design concepts. More interestingly, China's rapid production of large vessels is widely recognized, with the cycle from signing contracts to delivery potentially being significantly shorter than that of Western nations. For many countries eager to enhance their combat capabilities without being taken advantage of, this appeal is simply irresistible. So, who will be the most tempting buyer? Or, which locks is the 075E key most suitable for opening? The top potential customer, almost everyone, points to Russia. Since their deal to purchase the Mistral from France was scuppered back then, large amphibious projection capability has always been a sore spot for them, especially in recent military operations. The lack of modern large platforms has exposed issues such as inefficient projection and difficulties in landing heavy equipment. The 075E's powerful transport capacity, excellent aviation operation capability, and relatively clean political background are tailor-made solutions for Russia. The second is Thailand in Southeast Asia. The Thai Navy is an old friend of Chinese equipment, having already purchased China's 071E dock landing ship, which they have found easy to use and have established trust with. Thailand has always harbored ambitions to enhance its maritime influence within ASEAN. The arrival of a 075E will immediately give them the region's most powerful amphibious projection and power display platform, gaining unprecedented initiative in disaster relief, evacuation of overseas Chinese, joint military exercises, and even low-intensity conflicts. This temptation is too great. The third player that cannot be ignored is the host of the exhibition, Saudi Arabia. This wealthy player has a tradition of purchasing national heavy equipment to establish regional status, with cooperation deepening step by step from Chinese ballistic missiles to drone production lines. Saudi Arabia has a long coastline along the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, with huge and complex maritime security needs. A 075E can not only carry a group of helicopters to perform three-dimensional landing, but also theoretically operate short-range, vertical takeoff and landing fighters in the future, instantly transforming into a light aircraft carrier with certain air superiority capabilities. This has irreplaceable strategic value for safeguarding its vital energy export routes and projecting influence along the coast of Yemen and in the Red Sea region. In addition, countries like Algeria in North Africa, the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East, and even Brazil in South America, may be attracted by this top menu and enter the list of potential customers. The significance of the unveiling of the 075E goes far beyond the sale of a single type of warship. It marks a qualitative leap in China's military exports, from selling star products such as drones and frigates in the past to upgrading to a system supplier capable of providing a complete set of solutions for naval modernization. At this exhibition, the 075E is not alone. Next to it, a series of equipment such as foreign trade version destroyers, new frigates, and unmanned combat vessels are also displayed. This means that if customers need, they can fully obtain a complete, balanced, and highly coordinated modern maritime force system from China. From the core command ship to the regional air defense shield, to daily patrol and anti-submarine forces, and even the unmanned swarm for frontline reconnaissance and attack, everything is available. This systematic output has elevated defense cooperation between the two countries to a new level of strategic mutual trust and deep binding. So, the 075E model, quietly parked on the exhibition stand, is like a key. It not only unlocks a huge foreign trade market for high-end warships, but also opens up new possibilities. It proves to the world that top-notch defense technology is not an insurmountable barrier, and that truly powerful and reliable industrial capabilities, coupled with pragmatic and mutually beneficial cooperation models, can break old monopolies and privileges. When one day in the future, 075Es flying different national flags sail across the world's oceans, what they represent will be a new era in which China's design and manufacturing capabilities are deeply integrated into the global security landscape. The launch of this sea giant not only shakes the market, but also knocks on the door of change for the entire old order.